Let's see what they've got. Let's see what we got. No, I want to go west. Let's go to, oh, I don't want to go there. It's already got a star on it. Oh, that's a bit far. Blimey, that's a bit far. 685 Ks all the way to Hungary. See, if I go there, I'll get a delivery for this, but I won't get one when I leave that. Meh. Why can't it give me one to here? That'd be perfect. Let's give it a second refresh. Yeah, it'll happen, Paddy. It's like Uber though. Some countries will kind of stop it, and others will be welcoming. Man, this is not changing at all. No matter how many times I refresh. I've no idea, Benjamin. No clue, mate.
Happy anniversary.
Big Hale, we're just on some public TMP, and then later on it'll be a private convoy. Melting Lava, thank you for 2 years. Best wishes to you and the family, and the community and mods. And to you, Melting Lava. Enjoy the golden acorn, sir. Dang. Oh well, have to suck it up. We're gonna go to Hunadawara. Your truck company owner friend bought 600 grand's worth of trucks the other day, and he's looking at another 100 to 150 trucks for Germany. Delivering 46 pallets a minute. Dude, that's insane. That's like Factorio levels of insane. Where's my train again? And muffins. Right, so if you're joining or driving along, we're leaving Pitesti, we're going to Craiva? I don't know how you say that. And then up the 66 to Hunadawara. We're in Server 2, Simulation Server 2. We've got a few of them here. Jack. We've got Fuser Derpy, Puma, Osku, Jack, Kisoi Karasuma, Mechanic, Grasscar, Vrome, Scanning. Who's this? It's me, Lou. Scanning 17. We've got one just arriving, Klishnikov. Oh, and one there, Euro 6. Just give them a sec, some people are still picking up the trailers. Squirrel, please don't say Alexa on stream. Why not, Zinem? Yeah, Raven, they do that with a few English terms. What's the other ones? They say, like, they don't say Worcestershire. They'll say Worcestershire. They always say Shire. But for some reason in this country we say sh. Leicestershire. And they'll say Leicestershire. They won't say Worcester, they'll say Worcester. It's a bit like us saying Tucson, where they say Tucson. Same thing, really. Due to company growth and other UK factors, he had to employ another 100 people. Wow. He's just about to spend a few million on another European-based warehouse in Holland. Dude's doing well, NPR. Dude's making bank. Right, let's get going. Is this the exit? Or do we have to go out the other way? Can we get out this way? Looks like we can. Right. Hey, this is turning into a bit of a convoy now, blimey. It started as a little drip, and it's turning into a waterfall. Dorita, how you doing? Take it at a steady pace so people can catch up. Oh, have you seen my new cup? I need to show you my new cup. Tell you when it's empty, I'll show you the cup. Otherwise, there might be some mistakes. I'll give you a glimpse. There's a glimpse. Sneak preview. I did, thank you, MUFC, mate. Thank you. Oh, who's this? He's unfriendly, we don't like him. Didn't even toot back. How rude. Hey, Pancake. How we doing? There's a whole bunch of us. Where are we going? We're going to Hundwara or something. Hundwara. Exactly, firefighter. Warming up before the sub-convoy. See, friendly. Look. I remember when I used to When I first started to learn to ride a motorbike, and I was, I got my car license at 17, I got my bike license at 18. I was 18, right? And my first experience of like riding a bike was, I was riding along and another motorcyclist came the other way, and they used to go like that. He used to nod their head at me, and I was like, did he just nod me? I think he just nodded at me. I don't know him. I'd ride along, and then another motorcyclist would come the other way, and he'd be like, okay, that's not a coincidence now. He definitely nodded at me as well. I very quickly learnt that what was going on here was motorcyclists were nodding at each other as they drove along, and I thought, that's actually quite cool. So, when I was still had L plates on my motorcycle, I didn't... It was interesting, when I had an L plate on my motorcycle, about half the riders coming past would nod and about half of them wouldn't. But I didn't feel like, as a learner, I had the right to nod back. I just felt like, I'm a noob here, I ain't nodding back. But then I got my license, and then as they came past, I was like, and they were like, I was like, this is quite cool, I like this. Yeah, occasionally some riders wouldn't nod, but I did notice that when I got down to London, none of the courier motorcyclists nodded. Oh boy, no way. You never nod a courier motorcycle. Like, they just... Courier motorcyclists don't care. They are absolutely insane. They just go hell for leather and don't care about anything. But everybody else tends to nod. This is nice. But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Oh, I've had a few bikes, nutty. I've had about 10 different motorbikes. You know, you just stick your hand out like that. At least in the States, Jeep drivers give a fist bump hand signal. What, like a bro fist, like that? I haven't had a motorbike for about... What are we on now? So probably about 2008, I'd say. I probably gave up motorcycling. Maybe 2010, I'm not sure. Actually, no, it probably was about 2008, I think. Right, I reckon everybody's huddled up behind us now. Nick 007, welcome to the Net House, Nick. You stick the handouts to the side usually, not up like a royal wave. Well, you should do this. Like a royal salute. Maybe people in, like, I don't know, people in Lexus, maybe that's what they do to each other. One Lexus goes past another, like... What would you say due to your son daughters wanted a motorbike NPR? My son, I would say don't do it. It's a bad idea. My eldest daughter, I'd say okay, but I want to train you first. And my youngest daughter, I'd probably say yeah, okay. Because like, I need... How can I explain this? It's not a matter of whether my kids want to do something that's inherently risky, if you want to call it that. Because a lot of things in life are inherently risky. It's more to do with whether I think they've got the aptitude to be a safe motorcyclist, if there's such a thing. Some people just should never get on a bike, quite frankly. They're just not aware of what's going on the road. Let's put it that way. I'm sure what that guy was doing. You have to go to work, Moorcroft. Alright, mate. Have a good one. Looks like we're riding shotgun. What do you guys do for a living? I do this, Gear Snob. I don't know. Whiteland? I don't know. Was it a song? You work for Amazon. I bet you've been busy lately. Kyle Downs, welcome back. You're a lorry driver. You work customer support for a phone manufacturer. You're working as an IT consultant for a big IT company. You work for a fiber internet company. Nice. Carl Downs, thank you for 37. How you had a great Christmas. I take it that means hope you had a great Christmas. Thank you, Kyle. Do I like nougat? It's okay. You work in a supermarket, you work in McDonald's. Vumatel in South Africa. Buddy 2017. Oh, there's that George chap again, the one who overtook the entire convoy. A retired army veteran from Denmark. Nice. Wait, why didn't it have me go down the slip road? Why has it got me going this way? That's really bizarre. Did you see that? The sat-nav just ignored that slip road. A logistics manager. I know someone who's a logistics manager. Student train driver, Federal Archive. I know it does, howdy, but it's either that or get rid of my face. What do you want? Sat-nav or face? Refric. I am only the process manager of transportation and coordinated movements for the army. And guess my first decision, replacing all the trucks with Scanias, no joke. Nice one, Refric. You work at Costa Coffee, part-time whilst at sixth form so I can pay off the fees. Good plan. You're going from PPL to ATPL in a future years. Nice. Turning Costa money, coffee money, into a pilot license. I like the way you're doing that. Pensioner. Professional bank heister. Of course you are, Muffins. You mean you play Payday 2? I don't know, Gear Snob. Can't remember. Armed police officer with dog handler training. Nice. You work in social employment. Student, teacher. Blimey. I never realised there was such an insane mix of people in the nut house. Analyst. Yeah, what kind of analyst? If you study something, you're technically an analyst. I'm analysing something. Yes, you're an analyst. Well done. You're just a gamer. Lol. You work as an American clock operator. An American clock operator? I'm not sure what that means. You work at a bank, embedded software architect. Full-time Squirrel fan. Lol, I love it. You run the clock for American football, gotcha. I never realised that was actually a job. Accountant assistant, an industrial electrician. An encryption key analyst. Ooh. Got to be really into mathematics for that, right? Garbage collector, Android developer, molecular biologist. Really? Uh-oh, it's 50 down here. One sec. Truckers MP James. Was that one of the TMP admins? You'll have a PhD in nuclear physics, hopefully in 7 years. That's pretty good, Battle Rabbit. Apache mechanic, nice. You work in sheltered employment. A police firearms officer in Devon. UPS driver volunteer. This is insane. This is actually insane. I can't believe the mix of stuff you guys do. You make grave monuments. Wow. Quantity surveyor, a security guard, school administrator, excavator operator in Norway. Nice. You run your own computing company in Sussex. Technical designer for ship interiors. How do you get into that? You're doing an accounting degree? We haven't got any lawyers. I'm sure we must have a lawyer. CEO or CTO for a taxi company in Sweden. Nice. Software science student, electronics engineer. One sec. I actually need to drive as well. A storage architect, an artist. You draw the doll. What? You're working as a lifeguard while looking for a new job as a graphic designer. Blimey. Regional fiber operations agent. Electrician, dispatcher, legal ombudsman, CAD technician and water infrastructure. This is nuts. Wait, so you know what's crazy about this? Like, all you guys and all the amazing jobs that you do all have like a common interest, and that's like Eurotruck. How weird's that? Teacher, dispatch team leader, photographer, underwater ceramic detailer. That's insane. That's actually insane. An underwater ceramic detailer. You're a systems administrator, a coal technician and mechanic. That's not true, Battle Rabbit. It must be Eurotruck as well. You work for you work for Yodel. You like knocking on doors and running away. It's better than working for herpes. You just sign the parcels and deliver it to a different neighbour. Easy money. Just go to the street, sign for it, and then throw it at a random neighbour if you're not in. Or leave it on the bin. No, it's herpes. It's definitely herpes. They spelt it incorrectly when they created the company and called it Hermes. James Whale? Wasn't he a radio presenter? Sure he was. Truck driver IRL, your company is hauling for DB Schenker. Nice. Stu Harris, how you doing, bro? Is there a way to generate a map of where all the nutters are from? Possibly, if they volunteered that information. Like, because of GDPR and all that, they'd actually have to volunteer that location information to you, and then you put it on a map. You'd say country on it, exactly. Some people would be like, no. Some people would say, well, I'll tell you the country. Some people would say, well, I'll tell you the town. Kenshaw, thank you very much for gifting 5 subs on the community, sir. Thank you. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Or welcome back. Deco Myrna, welcome. Nice one. Global Packaging Specialist. Well, you don't need to tell us which planet you're on, dumbass. We already know. Humans only live on one planet. Ooh, adverse camber, look at this. That's nasty. Adverse camber with a wall to catch a trailer. Lol, mate. Wait, what happened to Rome? Has something happened to Rome? I can see the chat saying what happened and then somebody's saying Vrome, lol. I reckon Vrome died. Dave, in all the crazy nutters, did I have one that's a part-time driver whilst training class 2 in Nottingham? Nice. Yep, Vrome's rolled it. Vrome's officially died in TMP. Yeah. That's the normal Vrome I know. You wait to replace spin tires tomorrow. Let's see if Vrome can die in that one. I was close to tipping it, Klishnikov. This truck is very... I think I'll probably need to change some settings because the truck and trailer is stupidly unstable. Like, my truck was on one side of wheels at one point and I caught it. You think what's a bug, right, eh? You think it's the gift trailer that makes it unstable? Well, you could be right. Maybe it has a high center of gravity. I can see it when we go around a corner. I can see the trailer like doing this. See you later, James. Wait, NPR, I really don't like that phrase, NPR. Would you go back and get a real job now? I don't like that phrase, NPR. It actually upsets some people. It doesn't upset me, but it does. I can tell you it does upset a lot of YouTubers and streamers when you say things like, are you going to go and get a real job? It does make them angry. And the reason is because NPR, the very definition of a real job is one that pays your mortgage. Yeah, and in my case, I use it to pay my mortgage. I don't know how much more of a real job you can get. But I understand what you're saying, but just be sensitive to that one because you will actually annoy some people. But, you know, hopefully I can just carry on doing this and I won't have to go back to IT. I wouldn't want to go back to IT. I left it to do this. I wouldn't, you know, but if I have to, I have to. Like, I have to be able to pay the bills, right? So if I can no longer pay the bills doing this, then I'll have to go back and do that. That's just life, unfortunately. You don't always get to do what you want to do. Nice one, Dutch Foxy. Not really, Fletcher. I don't think a job is any more stable than this. Like, this is no different to a self-employed job. If you've ever been self-employed, like as a contractor or running a company or whatever, you'll know how unstable it can be. Sometimes there's work, sometimes there isn't. That's how it is. But even employment these days, you're never more than 28 days away from being sacked usually. I mean, how secure do you want it? Oh, it's not going to take it. Yes, it is. It took you a while to find a job you'd enjoy running the clock in American football games. The only problem is it's only 4 months of the year. Ah. You need to get something else for the other 8. But I'm sure you realise that. Oh, thank you, Mr. Bub. How do people not question a freelance business from home being a job? They always question a YouTube streamer, same thing. You'd run your own business. Exactly, Krulix. I don't know. I think it'll change over time. I think it's down to acceptance. A lot of people still haven't really accepted that this is actually a job. I know my mum struggled with it. She really did. And even Mrs. Squirrel, like, when I first suggested the idea, was like, what? You know. In 10 years' time, I don't think nobody will be saying that. You never understood what a real job is. A real job is the ones that you pay the bills with. Like, if you can't put bread on the table, because, like, if you lost your job, you can no longer put bread on the table and feed your kids. I don't know how more real that is as a job. You don't like bread? Well, don't buy bread then. Buy bread alternatives. Now, this is the only annoying thing, is this... I'll try and make this one as short as I can, because this isn't going to qualify. Oh, I don't want to go there. Okay, it's going to have to be that one. We have to go into Hungary. Zged. How can you not like bread? Some people are allergic to bread. Some people have... wait, what? Oh, it won't actually let me... No, I want to take it anyway. Do you feel that you're working now or just playing, Krulix? I'm not just playing, am I, Crew Legs? I'm reading what you guys are putting. I'm talking to you, responding back, trying to make sure that what we're doing here is entertaining in some way. I'm reading notifications from people. Like, I'm doing all of those things whilst playing the game. In other words, I'm kind of entertaining, really, aren't I? Streaming and YouTubing is effectively a form of entertainment. So, whilst I'm playing a game, I'm actually entertaining. Like, you guys are having a chill time. This is what you do to sort of unwind, relax, enjoy yourself. It's entertainment for you, yeah? And I'm working, effectively. Even though I'm playing a game, I'm still working. That's the way you have to look at it. And like any job, there are days when you don't really want to go to work. There are days when you don't enjoy it. There are days when it's just the best thing ever. Like, that's the same of this as any job. We're all human. Digital, thank you, mate. I'll switch over in about an hour, but I'm sure Sommy and the rest will be in there. Thank you. Digital says our MP server's ready, guys. That convoy rolls out in 90 minutes. Blimey, there's a bunch around here now. I can't count them. It's probably about 10 or 12, maybe. Right, so we're going to go west to Szeged. Is a route plan for the convoy? Yeah. That's... Dude, that stuff is planned out weeks in advance. You don't realize how much work goes into a convoy, honestly. Some of the guys do loads of work, like they'll drive the route, check if it's okay, check if there's like level crossings on the way and all kinds of stuff. So that has to be picked, sent over to TMP. TMP guys do a ton of work creating spreadsheets for the convoy, like where they're going to position people and when. All the messages they're going to post out, they do a ton of work. Then we have to do the application forms, send all them out, get all that information back, email everyone, tell them what the route is, get everybody in the Discord server, email all the people who forgot to join. Oh my god, the amount of work. Unless you've like run an event, it's very hard to appreciate how much work goes into an event. Like not just this, but any event. It's hard to appreciate the work that goes into an event. Right, let's roll out. You have to be NPR. If you're self-employed, you have to be a self-starter. You have to be motivated. You will not succeed at a job, self-employed job, if you are not self-starter. Let's give these guys a chance to roll out here. There you go. Real operations take 70 to 100 hours of planning. Yep. And people just turn up and think that it's like a super easy thing, right? You have to appreciate it. You have to get involved in event management to realize the work. You want a wheel bodder. You can get one second hand. Do you sometimes get recognised? Yeah, of course I do. How do you feel about it? Honestly, Tater Salad, like... Normally I get recognised at events, and I don't mind that at all. I go to an event, I know there's going to be people there. I know I'm going to get recognised, and I'm out there in public doing it. I don't mind. It's when somebody bumps into you in a shopping centre and catches you out, that's when it's a bit, whoa. Exactly, Digital. Exactly, mate. I can't imagine what it's like for somebody who's like super famous, like, you know, like a movie star, like properly famous. That's got to be like a prison. Like, they just can't go out without getting hassled. Yeah, I know there are some, like, Indian stars, particularly the, what's it called? The Bollywood, some of the Bollywood stars, they can't even leave their house. They can't even leave their house. They'll get absolutely mobbed. In fact, they have people camping up outside their house. I've never... I think that's wrong. Like, camping outside of somebody's house is inherently wrong. Everybody's entitled to a bit of privacy. I believe that's a... Oh, it's a light. I thought it was a giveaway. I considered giveaway, Sam. I didn't see the light. It is stalking. It's exactly right. I met Shroud once in Ninja. Well, you know, Battle Rabbit, I mean, I'm bigger than Shroud and Ninja combined, so, you know, it'll be a big day for you when you meet me. But I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm quite cheap for photographs. If you want a photo with me, I only charge 50 quid. So, you know, I'm doing you a favour, really. Anyway, they're on Mixer now, so they don't count. You met me twice this year, Plagiato. Stalker. 2 in 1 year, that's stalking. Wait, it's digital? Oh no, look at his symbol, it says Merry Christmas. You see it? It says Merry Christmas digital. Lol. No, I'm on a public server. We'll be going on a private server at about an hour's time. We're just having a laugh. Doing some drives. No, crikey. If anybody ever knocked on the door, I would absolutely have a go at them. I'd be like, I'm calling the police, go away. No, seriously, that's wrong. Unless I'd invited them round. If I'd invited them round and given them my address, that's obviously different. Digital! Once you don't hit the crash barriers, bro. Yeah, I've watched Mega Truckers, Ben. I've watched Mega Truckers. Quite like it. Yeah, they haul some crazy stuff. To be honest, I prefer Mega Truckers to Ice Road Truckers. I think Ice Road Truckers, they're basically... They kind of ham a lot of it up. Make it look more dangerous than it really is, you know? It's kind of annoying. Lol, rhetoric. Lampenbauer, it's, people are being really good. They're being really good. They're driving, enjoying themselves, it's great. Half Finger Pete, thank you for 75 months, sir. Outback Truckers. Yeah, I like that one as well. Yeah, I've seen that one. Oh man, I just don't think I could be an Outback Trucker. Some of the stuff they do. Some of the heat they drive in, you know? Oh. Across desert. It's just like they're in the middle of nowhere. Like hundreds of kilometers from anybody else. Yeah, it's uncanny Dutch Fox, isn't it? Like they literally know where the crash is going to be. Yeah, those huge road trains they have in Outback Truckers. The kind of road trains that there's no way this is ever going backwards. If I drive this somewhere that I can't get out of, we have a problem. Wow, this is dark. Blimey. Yeah, we're on Sim Server 2, Snickered. I wonder if Rome will tip his trailer here. Uh-oh. This thing is so unstable. Yeah, Carrie, just jump in, mate. All I'm doing, Carrie, is going from city to city. If you want to jump in and join the convoy, go for it. But we're only doing it for about another hour, and then I'll be changing to a private server. But you're welcome. I'm just doing some of these Christmas gift deliveries in TMP. Good morning, homie. Where are we? We're on our way to Szeged. We're just going to the south side of Hungary. Can you believe you slept till 3 PM? Yes. Look at all the blue dots on the map. That's insane. Look how many people there are. And this is just like random driving. We didn't even organize this. I know, Lolstocky, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't sleep past midday. It's not something would ever catch you doing. Military Vet Gamer, thank you for 5 months, sir. Jason20150, thank you very much for gifting a sub to Digital. There you go, Digital, you're a sub now, mate. Blanks, thank you 55. Since Iberia has been announced as a DLC, what place would you like ETS2 to go? I'd like them to redo the UK. because it really needs it. But after that, I think they need to start in the Ukraine. I reckon the Ukraine would be in 2 parts, but I think they need to do the Ukraine. Because then you can go from the Ukraine to Portugal, and that's a heck of a drive. Northern Scandinavia needs doing as well. But the thing is, if they do Northern Scandinavia, they're again obliterating pro mod content that we already have. So, like, selfishly, I'd like them to do content that pro mods doesn't do, and the Ukraine would be one of them. Digital says Merry Christmas on his car. And it looks like a Christmas tree with flashing lights. Yep. He's such a hacker. To be honest, Maze, ATS did the same thing for me in North America. Kind of taught me where some of the states were. Even his plate says digital. Is it me or is his car floating? I reckon he's got a hover car, you know. Something very dodgy about Digital's car. Oh, looks like somebody else has lost it. Wait, who was that? Wait, what's... Oh, rip. Look at this. How do you lose it on a straight piece of road? How do you lose it on a 3-lane highway? That's just crazy. How does that even happen? Welcome to TMP. Oh my god. I can understand it on a sharp bend, but not on a straight line, bro. Come on. You ready for Idaho? I bet you are. I've had your license for less than half a year. I don't know people who drive on highways. Stuff like that doesn't surprise me. Oh. I can kind of understand them going into the back of each other because that's braking, but to actually turn the truck on its side, that takes skill. When am I flying again? Are you getting the new flight sim? Maybe next week. Flying again. New flight sim, 100%. Yep, I've already started plans for my new room, layout, rig stuff. Yeah, my room is going to be quite different in 2020. I have never been to Australia, Ben. I've never been across the equator. Ever. Never been to the southern hemisphere. Where do you fly from? North Weald, which is near south of Stansted. It's actually inside Stansted's airspace. How many flight hours? 80 something, I think it is. I definitely need to rack the hours up in 2020. I need to go flying a lot more. I want to go across the channel in 2020 as well. Do that. Get checked out in spring. Do some cross-channel flying. Will you always be simming from a rig? If it's driving or flying, then I want to be in my rig. Anything else, I want to be sat at the desk. There's no date on it, Decamera. 2020 is the only information we have right now. Bono, will you please fly jets again like you used to? I will do. I will do, yeah. Yeah, I mean, PMDG are going to port their NG3 over to the new flight sim. That'll be the... so that's one, you know, study level plane on the new flight sim. I'm sure there'll be many others. I don't know who's going to put an Airbus on there, though. Please pull in for a vehicle inspection. You what, mate? You what, mate? Probably FS Labs. I don't think... I don't know if Aerosoft will. Or how long they'll take to do it. Yep, iRacing will happen. Le Mans 24-hour incoming. Lol. A Leaky. Didn't know Leaky was in. Yeah. To be honest, Bodder, I'm not, like... If we never get an Aerosoft one, I'm not actually that bothered. It was always a bit... We're on Sim 2, crazy. How do you extend your raft, Billy? How do you extend it? You need to create the build hammer and then use wood and plastic to extend it. Why is that barrier down? Do you ever record some flights? I absolutely will record flights, Dan. Absolutely. Yeah. I've got a few GoPro cameras ready. I've got a new recording device. I've got a new headset. Yeah. Just need to get out there, wait for the... honestly, the weather's been so bad for flying. It's been so bad. Wait, where's he going? Can't we just go this way? But yeah. That was a bit of a bottleneck. Why does this road show 30 kilometers as a speed limit? What is going on? How can this road be 30 k's? Have you been for a flight lately? No. It's been about 10 weeks. Of which 8 of them have been rain. The makers of Factorio have planned to bring out version 1 on the 25th of September. To be honest, as far as I'm concerned, it's already a complete game. It's been stable and fully featured for a long time, that game. All they're doing is just adding more cherries on top, and then going, here's another cherry, here's another cherry, here's another cherry, and that cherry is version 1. Thank you for 35 months, homie. The biggest plane that you've flown to date, Ben? Are you talking about IRL? If you're on about IRL, the Cessna 172 with extended tanks is the biggest plane I've flown. Yeah, I've only got a single engine license, mate. There's not really much point in me doing multi-engine license because, you know, in terms of what I'd do with it, I'd end up flying and it would cost twice as much to fly. And since I'm not going to try and get an ATPL or anything, there really is no point. I have got my night rating, yes. Momic 22. No, I don't own my own plane. I looked into it all. I made a spreadsheet of it, Filbert. I made a spreadsheet of all the costs involved with owning your own plane, being in a flying group, or just renting and pay as you go. And the most cost-effective, it's a weird one. The most expensive, beyond doubt, is owning your own plane. But there is a certain kind of crossover time. It depends how much flying you do, really. The most cost-effective, if you fly quite a bit, is being in a group. No doubt about that. If you don't fly very much, paying as you go is the way to do it. And by much, I mean, I think I worked it out. I had various kind of, on my spreadsheet, I had like 100 hours flying a year, 200 hours flying a year, that kind of thing. I think around about the 200 hours mark, it starts to make much more sense to be in a group. But anything up to about 100 hours a year, you're better off paying as you go. How much did it roughly cost to get your single engine license? I think I got mine in 47 hours, something like that, and each hour was 100 and... how much was it? 115 an hour, 120 an hour? 120 pounds an hour times that, plus bits of equipment, I don't know, 7 to 8 grand, I would say. You parked up and waiting. Nice. If you was to own your own plane, what would it be? I don't know. I mean, I'd be more... if I was to own my own plane, I would be more focused on the equipment level. Like, I'm quite happy to fly a Piper. Like a Piper Cherokee or a Piper Alpha or Warrior, as I am to fly a Cessna 172. I'd never get a 152 because I can't fit in it. A 172 is comfortable. But, you know, in terms of, like, equipment... I'd definitely want to have a GPS in there. And just like reasonably modern. That would be fine. Yeah, Bob, but you know, it's an investment. That's the idea. The idea of getting a license is that you spread the cost over, say, 12 months, 18 months, however long you want to take. And then at the end of it, you get a license to enjoy going flying. But don't ever get into aviation if you're worried about the cost, because nothing is cheap in aviation. Summit Racing. Oh yeah. That's why in real racing they have sponsors. to soak up the cost. So come on, Vroom, did you die? Yeah, I love that quote, 53 North. The only way to make a small fortune in aviation is to start with a big one. And it is true. Although, you know, what's his name? Staphos? The EasyJet guy? What's his name? Stanos? He seems to make it work. Your car crashed in September in Donington and you're still in the body shop. Oof. Paul, when I first got into this chat this afternoon and watching you, I honestly thought that the convoy had already started. Sorry, Thomas. You're probably like, oh my god, what have I done? Am I late? Oh, this is fully started as well. What a scumbag. Oh man, this is annoying. Come on. It wants me to, like, I don't get this. External contracts and it's generating jobs that are going to fully starred cities. Like, what's wrong with this one? Or this one? Or this one? Why can't you generate one to here? Captain Flint, every time I've done a refresh, it's never made any difference. No. Just generates the same ones. Because I think they only disappear when people take them. Or after, like, I don't know, 2 hours or something. Does it matter if you deliver to a starred city? It doesn't matter. It's just that it doesn't count. It doesn't count towards the do you know what I'm gonna do? This, like, I've done 10 of 12 at the moment. That's going to a star, that's going to a star, that's going to a star. These are like a million miles away. Ugh. Frustrating. Tone down the distance in job settings. It won't make any difference. Literally won't make any difference, Dave. It counts as your goal, but not the community goal. I suppose that's something. It's just deeply frustrating. Like, there's all these cities in Romania that it could generate to, and there's not one going there. And you wonder why Romania's got all these dots. You gotta eat some pancakes, Dutch Foxy. Okay. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to, how do we say that? Kosici? I know it's the source city that receives a star, Captain Flint. I know that. I know how it works. But when I get there and I take a job, when I start here, I don't get anything. Well, the community doesn't get anything. When I get there, the same thing's going to happen. Oh, man. I know how it works. But the last few journeys have been exactly the same, taking me to a city with a star on it, which means when I then take another job, I'm in the same position. And now this one is taking me to another city with a star on it. So when I get there, the same thing happens. The only way to break the cycle is to go somewhere that doesn't have a star on it. If I teleport to a garage, I'll have to disconnect from TMP. If I wasn't in TMP, sleeping in game won't make any difference to the online market. Right, where do I pick up this thing from? It's not actually going to tell me where I'm picking this up from, is it? Am I doing it from here? Oh, there we go. That's far away. Are you driving a Renault in the Convoy? Of course I am. I always drive a Renault in the Convoy. Everybody knows that. Pink. Yeah, pink Magnum. Always a pink Magnum in Convoys. Best truck in the world. Jeez, a lot of trucks here. Have you seen how many people are here? Right. We're going to... Let's have a look. We're going to leave. We're going to head northbound up the M5. Going to go round Budapest, head off to the east, north up the M30. That's where we're going. Let's do it. Do you know what, Maze? Everybody here has been good as gold. They've been such good drivers. It's a pink vehicle. No, no. It's a pink Renault. The only thing to do with the pink Renault is to press the 0 key, move upwards and press F9. MJ Smoke, thank you for 7 months. Can't wait for the convo. Wow, what are we talking about, MJ? I can't wait for the convo either. I wonder if I'll actually get the 12th job done before I start the convoy. Might do it. Be close. Eating and typing, no worries. I do it all the time. I do eating and driving, actually. Oh, I forgot to show you my cup. Should have done that. I still got tea in it though. Hang on. I was going to show you the cup and I forgot. What does 0 and F9 do? If you've got the settings right, 0 is the free camera and F9 spawns the truck. Right, let's do 60. 60 is a good speed for a convoy. I'll try and show you this without spilling tea everywhere, hopefully. Oh, it's not showing it very well in the light. Let's try that. I know the lighting's not great. Can you see one? That's one side of it. It's got like a big golden logo. And it says Doyle. You see that? It says Doyle, putting the D in Dapper. And then the other side, it's got the man himself, the one and only. Not the best lighting. I'll take a photo and put it on Instagram. Got Doyle in a suit, look. Actually got him to pose. Actually bought him a suit and got him to pose. I took about 25 photos to get that one. And then I spent 2.5 hours in Photoshop. Like, removing the green screen. Have you ever tried to remove green screen from behind a dog? Trying to not get the green to bleed where all the hairs are is very, very time consuming. But I did it. And then designed that mug. No, not Lightroom, Photoshop. I don't use Lightroom. Sorry to hear that, running drunk. Well, it's what you gotta do if you want your dog on a cup. Well, I have a merch store, Battle Cattle, I just don't have that mug on it. Because they won't let me make custom stuff like that, I don't think. Actually, I should check that out. Can one of the mods post in the memo chat to remind me to look at Teespring and see if I can create that mug? Your brother-in-law lets you access Adobe Cloud. Yeah, I pay for Adobe Cloud. Like, thing is, Firefighter, Lightroom is for kind of... If you've ever seen Sky Art's Photographer of the Year, they use Lightroom. Like, a lot of photographers use Lightroom to adjust the image. But Photoshop's more for, like, editing stuff, composing stuff, which is more what I was doing with that. I don't know if Lightroom could do it. Probably, maybe could remove green screen, but Photoshop definitely can. I know you can do mugs on Teespring, Bob, but it's can you do a mug this size with a white exterior and a black interior, because that's what I want. It has a black handle and a black interior. Lightroom wouldn't do that. I didn't think it would, to be honest, because Lightroom's more for... Well, it comes from Darkroom, doesn't it? So it's more for, like, developing the photograph. Like tonally adjusting it and stuff. Cropping it, changing the light levels. But if you want to, like, compositionally change it, you're better off with Photoshop.